everybody, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah. This is a channel about cross stitch. Welcome to everybody who is returning. Welcome to everybody who is new. If at the end of the video, if you make it to the end of the video and you enjoy your time here, please hit that subscribe button. I make a video every Wednesday. We have fun here. So join the family. Let's see, cross stitch. So I did a lot this week. I did a lot because I worked on some things that were pretty easy to work on. I have three specific things that are pretty easy to like get lots of stitches on. And I've got some really exciting things to show. So the first thing I'm going to do today is my whips, and then I want to go over my WIP Go board. I printed it out today so that I could actually show it on camera, and then I also want to go over, at the same time, like kind of while I'm doing my WIP Go board, go over like how many stitches I have left till the end of the year to get to all my goals to the end of the year, and what that looks like weekly. And kind of all the things. So let's start with whips, which are works in progress if you are new to stitching. Also, I'm wearing this scarf. I'm literally wearing what I wore to work because I didn't feel like changing. I usually change my pants because my pants aren't very comfortable, but I just didn't. So, but I wore this scarf to work because I get pretty cold in my office, but I don't like to wear like a sweater all the time, so I usually use this, and it's really big, so I can kind of put it over my shoulders, kind of wear it like a little shawl. So there's that. Nothing to do with stitching. So whips. Let's start with that. I'm going to pull up my numbers on my phone, and let's get into it. So the first thing in the pile, these are in no particular order. And I couldn't necessarily tell you, okay, I can tell you what I did for homework this week, because it was only two things that we had to do for homework for Magical Stitches this week, so I will get there when I get there. But, the first thing that I've pulled out of my pile, is called Baker Street, and it is a design by MandarinksDesign on Etsy. Here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And here is where it is now. So I finished all the half stitch. Woohoo! The half stitch is completely done. So everything that's left, every blank space here is full stitches. That's all that's left. I have done a couple of the full stitches before I decided I was just going to do all the half stitch first. And that's one of the squares on my WIP Go board, is finish all the half stitch. So that one is completed. And we'll get there later when we go over WIP Go. I know we're like 3 months into the year, but I am gonna kind of just update you on what's going on with WIP Go for me. But that's that. So now I'm going to work on all the full stitch. I'm not sure where I'm going to start. I might start down at the bottom where the snow is, or I might fill in the umbrella first, because why not? But I'm really excited with that. So this week, now granted, these are half stitch, and I'm currently binge watching Alma. So I started at the very beginning, and I'm on like 18 or 19, I think, now. And she did something in some of her, I don't know if she still counts it this way, but in her videos, she counts her half stitch as a full, just like whatever Pattern Keeper marks it as. So I've decided, unless it's a challenge group where I need to count every half stitch as a half stitch, I'm going to count them as just stitches, because that's that's where the percentage is. Like, it doesn't, Pattern Keeper doesn't care if it's a half stitch, it doesn't care if it's a full stitch. That's a percentage. So, according to Pattern Keeper, I did 1,734 stitches this week on Baker Street. So I know last night I think I did like 1,319 stitches. I don't know, something like that. But altogether this week I've put in 1,734 stitches. So that's pretty good. Now if you want to divide that by 2 and say that's my real stitch count, fine, I don't care. Do what you will. But according to me, I did that much. Okay, the second thing in my pile is, oh, and for all of the fabric and things like that, that's all down below in the description box. So take a look at that if you are interested. I don't know what the fabric is actually for for that particular piece because it was just like in my stash. The next thing in my pile is Mulan, and this one is by NeniSweetPatterns on Etsy. The artwork is Hannah Alexander, and here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And here's where it is now. Look what I did. I have done all of the, well, I finished this full page. So that's really exciting. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I finished that page. I'm starting this page. And once I finish this top page over here, that is all 3 pages on the top. And then I can work my way down, and then there's two more rows of pages underneath. And again, the goal is to finish this year, also finish Baker Street this year. So right now I think I'm a little over, I'm at almost 41%, I think. So if I can get to 50% soon, that'd be really exciting. Yay. So excited. My floss finally, if you watched my last video, I couldn't work on her for a while because I ran out of floss in one color, and the way I work, as soon as I run out of floss, it's no bueno, I can't keep going. So finally got that color. Actually, it didn't come in until Saturday. No, till Monday, but I went to the store and I bought some because I couldn't keep waiting. I was done waiting. And I worked on her on Saturday, and then a couple more days. Anyway, so far, this week I did 1,656 stitches on her, so 1,656 stitches to finish out that page and start this new page. Again, this top part is so confetti heavy and it just repeats itself over here, so it's just going to be like confetti hell for some people, confetti heaven for some people. On this piece, for whatever reason, the confetti is really hard because there's not very much confetti, and so when you do get to the confetti pieces, it's like, it feels like it's dragging because the rest of the piece is so quick. So it's like that, those parts, it's just like, when will I be done? I've gotten through the rest of it so quick. But the confetti pieces just seem to take so long. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to go over to the other side and do the top, because that's the most confetti part of the whole piece. So I'm hoping that will be over, and then I can just like quickly run through the rest of it. Okay. That's that. So the next piece I worked on was, well, not the next piece I worked on. The next piece in the pile was Wedding. And this piece I work on every Sunday. So I don't get like super lots of progress every week because I only work on it for one day, but I do get progress, and especially right now because I'm on my face, you actually see progress. It's not just background. So here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And so excited. I got so excited last week, but I'm like even more excited this week. Here's where I am now. Look, I have an eye. I'm so excited. I think it's looking so good. So good. So I did, what, 819 stitches on Sunday on this piece. So I have gotten to the top of this page, and I think I have like one more or two more blocks before the end of the page. So it's like somewhere there. It's this big. This is how big this one will be. So I don't know how many actually blocks I have left, but hopefully maybe next week we'll see a nose, maybe part of a mouth. I don't know, maybe even part of the other eye. Who knows what we're going to see next time, but we're seeing eye. We're seeing an eye this time. I finished, the eyebrow is completely done, so I think it looks really good. I think the skin is looking pretty good too. I'm just like coming down here and being like, look, it actually looks pretty decent. I know I was kind of concerned the skin wouldn't look so great, but I think it looks, I mean, I'm pale. I'm pale anyway, so it's not hard to get my skin tone, I'm sure, but it's looking so good. It's so weird to think that some of the colors in my face are the same as the colors in my dress. It's fine. So yeah, so that's where I got to there. That's 819 stitches on that piece. And oh, I forgot to mention for Mulan, I used her for one of the prompts this week in Magical Stitches was something you could disguise yourself as. And I decided I could disguise myself as Mulan. But Tess from Tess Stitches, she also, in the like group chat that we have for the Teen Titans, she also said, well, Mulan disguised herself as a man to be able to go into the army. And I was like, that's a good one too. So I kind of said both, just in case one isn't accepted. So I was like, well, I could disguise myself as Mulan, but also like she disguised herself as a man, so I could disguise myself as a man. So either of those, I'm hoping they'll take one. We'll see. I didn't use Wedding for anything other than my full coverage thing in Magical Stitches, my full coverage focus piece in Magical Stitches, and I also finished another 1,000 stitches in Semi-Sane for their focus challenge. So I got 2,000 stitches done, like 2,000 full. I went a little over, but I didn't count the little bit over because they don't count. It has to be like 1,000 integers of 1,000. I don't know how it actually, I don't know anything about math. I was an English major. But it has to be a full 1,000 stitches to take a picture of it, so I only got the 2,000 full stitches in the month of February, which is good. I think it's pretty good for only working on that one day of the week. I should have probably picked Mulan to be my challenge focus piece, but I didn't decide I was going to finish her until like sometime in January, that I was going to use her to finish for the year. and I don't want to change it out, because if you use the same project in semi-sane, if you use the same project like for multiple months in a row, you get more like entries into the raffle. So I'm like, yeah, I do get over 1,000 stitches every month on wedding, so I'm gonna just keep using it, even though it's not the one that gets the most work. Okay, next in my pile was Darth Vader, and I just want to say really quickly, I know I've already kind of said her name, but Alma from Alma's Little Wonders here on Flosstube, she shouted me out the other day, and I like fangirled. It was so funny, because I'm in Team Titan with her, and we chat constantly, like there, not constantly, but we do chat there, and I'm good friends with Tess now from Tess Stitches, and Tess is good friends with Alma, so it's like, it's all coming full circle. But she's also working on Darth Vader, and she mentioned me in her video. She was like, she's booking it, and I was like, that's so exciting. I fangirled. And then I told Tess about fangirling, and she said she fangirls too, so I'm not alone. And I think Corinne from, oh my gosh, Grace Note Stitchers. Why did I forget that for a second? I don't know why I forgot that for a second. We literally were talking earlier today. Corinne also says, like, every time that she's mentioned somewhere, she's kind of like, her and her daughter are both like, ah. So, anyway. Yeah, so Darth Vader. This is also another design by MandarinksDesign on Etsy. Here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And I've got quite a bit done. Let me, hold on, my phone fell asleep. So here it is now. I got a lot done. I got a lot done. I did 2,768 stitches this week. I think, was it this week? We had a flag thing happening, in one of my groups. I'm in a group called Dynasty of Dragons. It's fairly new. And we are Team Dynasty Pratchett Dynasty. And Corinne's in Serafina Dynasty. And boy, she went after us. And I was like, I'm taking out Vader. So I took out Vader. And I was just like, I'm stealing a red flag from Serafina. I'm stealing a red flag from Serafina. Like, every chance I could, I was like, you're not stealing from us, Corinne. I'm stealing it back. Or I'm stealing a different flag from you. Anyway, it was fun. And so I used this for that little, like, flag game. It was like a pop-up game where you stitch 200 stitches, and every 200 stitches was a flag. You could steal a flag from any of the other dynasties. And the goal was to have the most flags at the end of the game, which ended on Monday at midnight. Like, the morning of Monday at midnight. And we won. It was really exciting. We had 61 flags. We started with 50, and people were stealing from us, and we were stealing back, and we ended with 61 flags. So it was all good and fun, and it was just a little fun kind of rivalry, especially with Serafina, because they were the first ones to kind of like go at us. And I think it was Corinne. I think Corinne was like, she had like stolen like 3 or 4 of our flags. Jax. Sorry. She had stolen like 3 or 4 of our flags, and I was like, I woke up and I was like, whoa. No. So it was fun. But I got a lot of work done on him because of that little flag challenging game, because he's nice and quick. And so now I only have 1 color left. So all of those blank spaces that are there, they're all color is this? 823, which I couldn't remember last video. I said it was like 3 something. It's not. There's a 3 in the number, but it's not 300 anything. It's 823. So I think he's looking so good. I think he looks so good. I love the kind of take on the blue purple that she did for this. So yeah, so I did a lot of stitches on this one. Let me fold it the other way. I have a needle in here without a needle minder, and I don't want it to like fall out. So I kind of fold it so it doesn't fall. And then the last piece I worked on, I think I worked on this last week. Oh, and I think I used Vader for one of the prompts. Oh, yeah, it was stitch on something you're working on for a family member. And I'm making that for my brother. So, family member. And then the last one I'm pulling out of my pile that I think I worked on last week after my video. I think maybe on Thursday. I don't know. I know I worked on it last week and I didn't do very much because I think I used this for a prompt. But I don't remember what the prompt was because it was a week ago. But this one is Castles in the Air by Long Dog Samplers. And I didn't put very much in this one, so it's not going to be like a huge difference from last time. Like all the other ones, there's like clear movement there. There's not as much of a clear movement here. But here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And again, sorry I have a needle in here and some thread with no needle minder, but here it is now. And I put in exactly 200 stitches. Well, it might not be exactly because I don't count my back stitch when I say the total because Pattern Keeper doesn't count it, so I don't count it. So every time I give a number, I always feel like, oh, it's more actually because there's back stitch, but I don't count the back stitch, so I don't actually know what the total for real is. But I did put in 200 full stitches in that castle area there. I don't actually know. I think maybe I put in this guy and then like this stuff down here, and maybe I finished out the castle over here or over here. I don't remember. I don't actually remember what I did, but I added stitches in over here. And if you'll notice, I know I didn't point this out last time, I don't think, but this is the H and this is the D. So I changed the initials that were on there to my initials. Charting that was interesting. And then I'm gonna put down at the bottom, wherever it goes, it's gonna go over here. I'm gonna put the year, hopefully the year that I finished this, there. So I'm probably gonna skip that until the very end and put the number in. I'll probably put the 20 in because I don't think it's gonna take me. I mean, you know, I'm not going to be alive in the 3000s, in year 3000, probably, most likely. So I'll put the 20 in, but I won't put the second part in until later. So that is, oh, you know what I haven't said this whole time is, here are all of the comparison photos. I've put them in, I'm sure. So the comparison photos are after I've stopped talking about each WIP. That's where my brain is today. Work was just stupid this week so far. It's only Wednesday. But my brain is just gone. So with all of that, all of those pieces, this week was a very productive week. Like I said, I did 7,177 stitches this week. I'm so proud of myself. Again, I worked on some pieces that definitely are like pretty quick. Like Castles is a pretty quick stitch because it's only one color. Darth Vader is super quick because I'm not changing colors constantly. I'm doing that cross country. And now I only have one color left, so it's like just fill in. And Baker Street's pretty quick because I'm also going to probably be doing that in some sort of semblance of cross country, but not like full cross. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do the full stitches now, but the half stitches, each little square, I just filled in each little square using like a cross country type method. So those three are pretty quick. Mulan can be quick, but currently it's not because of the confetti areas. And then Wedding is not super quick. I mean, yes, I can get 800 stitches done in a day, but it depends where I am, like what I'm working on. So Skin seems to be pretty quick because it's a lot of the same colors, but the dress, the bouquet, those things are not quick. So it all kind of depends on where I am, but this week was a good week. A zombie run for Daily 30, which is a closed group, that has started up 3 days ago, on the 1st, and so I've already done the miles that I need for Baker Street and for Mulan, or at least I touched on those two. I'm definitely doing more miles on Mulan because I'm going to be doing a lot more stitching on that. Wedding, I usually get about 2 or 3 sets of miles, and then Once Upon a Fairy Tale, I don't know, we'll see. I might get 1 set of miles on those, maybe 2. But like I said here just now, I said Mulan. Mulan was not in my zombie run last month. I used my amulet. I'm a human. I used my amulet to switch Mulan and dogs. So I took dogs out, put Mulan in because I'm touching Mulan so much that it's just spurring me to get her done. It's also a good use for trying to get as many miles as I can. I'm not necessarily trying to get the 500 miles, but it'd be cool to get the 500 miles, and the only way I'm going to actually be able to kind of get there would be to use Mulan because I'm using her so much. What else? Is there anything else? Today, if you are in the Frogbusters group, I am also an admin there, and I just today posted the road trip event that lasts for 2 weeks. This week we are not this week. Next week, the road trip starts in South Carolina. South Carolina. I'm getting confused because I also made the road trip for next month today. So I'm like, which one did I post? So we're going to be in South Carolina, road tripping through South Carolina. So it looks like it's going to be a fun one. I always enjoy creating these. Looking at, places to visit in South Carolina and things or in the United States. So all that being said, let's go to quickly talk about, we're at almost 30 minutes, so not too bad. Let's quickly talk about WIP Go. So like I said, I printed out my WIP Go board. Okay, I'm going to kind of explain this to you because I have 2 different WIP Go boards, which wasn't originally a thing that I did. I didn't originally create 2 WIP Go boards, but when I decided that I wanted to finish Mulan, I wanted to kind of see that progress. Not that I can't see it on Pattern Keeper, but I really like the idea of using the WIP Go board to track where you are. So I'm not necessarily, so this one is my WIP Go board for 2021 for all of my projects. And then this one is my focus pieces board. So the 2 that are focus pieces to get done by the end of the year. This 3rd page doesn't matter right now. But so for my focus pieces board, essentially what I am doing is there are some blank spaces in here that next year for focus pieces won't be there because I figured out a system for how to get rid of the blank spaces. But for all of those blank spaces, I've just left them as free because I'm not giving myself anything for these. For this specific one, I'm not like rewarding myself in any way. It's just fun for me to visually see. So I've got both Baker Street and Mulan on this board, and Mulan I have set in increments of 10%, and I've also set Baker Street in increments of 10%, and so the yellow are the ones that have been called. The red are the completed, so any of the free spaces, if they haven't been called yet, they are red, because I've just, whatever. And then the dark gray, and I say dark gray because that'll come into play later. Dark gray is called and completed. So right now, I have four of the 7 that were called. I have 4 of them done because they're free spaces. But I have finished number 5, which is reach 40% on Mulan, and number 14, which is reach 30% on Baker Street, and also I've reached 23, which is reached 20%, or I've finished 23, which is reached 20% on Baker Street. So I've gotten all the way to 30% on Baker Street, and I've gotten to 40% on Mulan. And yeah, so that's the focus piece board. And then we have the regular board. This is the one where it's like if I finish things, I'm kind of rewarding myself. So again, yellow is called, red is completed, and dark gray is called and completed. The light gray is a new start. So if it's a new start, it's in light gray, so it's easy for me to visually see that that's a new start. And the red words, those are finishes. They should be finished this year. So I have 3 that are to be finished this year: Darth Vader, Baker Street, and Mulan. And so far, I've technically finished, completed 5 things. One of those is the free space. And then last night, like I said, I finished all the half stitch on Baker Street. And then I reached 15% on Pokemon. I reached 12.5% on Wedding, and I've reached 20% on Castles. This board is yearly. I don't do things like the month that they're called because everything, for the most part, everything is on here twice, and it's all by percentage. So if, let's say, World of Disney 23 World of Disney reached 3% is called next month. I haven't yet hit 2% on World of Disney, which is up here. So, you know, I kind of just, if it's done, I will mark it as completed, and then once it's called, I'll mark it as called and completed. If it's called and not yet completed, I'll mark it as called. But so that's how my board goes. I don't necessarily need it to be done in the month because it's not always possible if I haven't gotten to the percentage before that percentage, before the called percentage, if that makes sense. Next year that might change. I think next year I might work on the things that are called in the month. I'm still trying to decide kind of how I'm going to do that, but this year, especially because I'm doing a whole bunch of new starts next year, so we'll see. And then this last page is kind of my key. So yellow is called, like I said, red is completed, dark gray is called and completed, the light gray is a new start, and I don't have any blues on this one, but in my mind I'm thinking there are a couple of charts that I would like to buy at some point, or, you know, I don't have in my stash yet, but they might, you know, I might put them on my board before I actually buy them, and that would mean that if it's a blue, it means I need to buy it so that I can start it that year. So, we'll see. We'll see if I need to use the blue or not, but we'll see. Okay, the last thing that I want to kind of go through is, according to my WIP Go board, I have quite a few things that still need to be done. Sorry, my arm. I have quite a few things that still need to be done, and I was looking at it during lunch today and going, am I going to be able to do all this? But I did the math, and so at this point in time, I still have 145,944 stitches left to complete. That's not including Darth Vader because he's going to be done pretty soon, and I'm not kind of counting him since he was kind of a unexpected, like this board has changed a couple times purely because I decided to finish Mulan and I added Darth Vader and a couple of the percentages needed to change, and so I've changed it a couple times, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be where it is. Like, this is where it has been for the past month now, so I think it's going to stay the way it is. So like I said, I need to do 145,944 more stitches to complete all of my goals. That being said, I know it sounds like a big number, but to get that goal done, I only need to do 3,372 stitches a week to complete that goal. I can do that. I think the smallest week I've had is close to 5,000 stitches, like 4,000 something. So if I can pretty easily get that, I'm not too concerned. Like, I think I can do it. And if I can't, fine, it's fine. But I think I can reach all my goals at least this year. We'll see what next year looks like. But this year, I'm pretty sure I can complete all my goals because I can definitely do over 3,000 stitches a month. I mean, a week. If I was only doing 3,000 stitches a month, I'd cry. But I think that's everything that I have to share today. I haven't gotten anything. Oh, I did order some things, but they are not here yet. I got fabric for my Cricut collection winter that I will be starting next year. I'm trying to kit everything up, right? And I finished a couple of my goals on my WIP Go board, so I can buy a few things. So I bought the fabric. I will show that when it comes eventually. I got plenty of time. And then I actually bought some silks from Silks For You for the 2017 mystery sampler. That's no longer a mystery because it's fully out. It's because it came out in 2017. But I'm doing that one. And I think I'm going to use this same floss for 17 and 18, or the same silk for 17 and 18. So I should have enough for both of them. Because I got a full hank and there's a lot there. So yeah, I think that's everything. I'll show those when they get here. And I also bought a needle minder, which I will show eventually. I think it's shipped or is the label was created today or yesterday. And I think that's everything. I don't think I have anything else. I didn't buy anything to actually show this time other than DMC, which you don't need to see. Yeah, I think that's everything. So again, thank you everybody for joining me today. I really appreciate all of the, that was another thing. I hit 300 subscribers. I think I'm a little over. I don't know actually what I'm at. I should probably just look, right? I've been kind of lackadaisical about responding to comments recently. I just got a new comment 3 days ago that I haven't looked at. But I hit 300 subscribers. Yeah, I'm at 309 right now, which is really exciting. I was really excited when I saw that. I was like, I have 300 people following me. That's so exciting. So I was thinking maybe I would do a giveaway for 300 subscribers. Is that like a thing? Maybe I'll do one every 100. I love doing giveaways, but I don't like do a physical giveaway. I do like a rack kind of giveaway, rack style giveaway. So if you, yeah, I think let's do it. Let's do a giveaway. So if you are interested in the giveaway for 300 subscribers, please comment below with the word, I don't know. What word should we use? 300 subscribers. It's exciting. Let's use the word exciting. Or excited. I don't do the random comment picker because I don't trust it. I read all of the comments and I pull out the names of the people who use the word. So excite, some sort of form of excite. I will look for that word in your comment. I do ask that maybe you be a follower for this one, so you are a subscriber, especially because this is supposed to be for my subscribers, for being one of those 300 people. So please be a subscriber if you want to join this giveaway. I will check this time. I didn't check last time because it wasn't necessarily about being a subscriber. But this time it is. It's for my subscribers. So yeah, so use one of the forms of excite in your comment. I'm only doing the email rack, so it will be an emailed chart to you from any of your favorite, places that will do racks. So Heaven and Earth, Charting Creations, the Cross Stitch Studio. I'm sure there's others that we could figure out how to do a rack, but I will not be sending anything physically to you. And it's something you can choose. So I will maybe choose a winner in 2 weeks. Is that enough time? So what's today, the 3rd? I'll choose a winner on the 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. That's so exciting. I'll choose a winner on St. Patrick's Day. So you have until the 17th of March 2021 to win the giveaway. I'll probably check maybe the morning of, so you will have time, but if you don't, 2 weeks is enough time, I think. So yeah, so please be a subscriber. Please comment with any form of excite, and I don't think you have to be over 18, but maybe just be over 18 just in case. I'm pretty sure most people are. I think my analytics were saying that most people are between their at least in their 30s who watch me. There are a couple in their 20s, but I don't think anybody younger than 20 watches my channel. Well, okay, Colleen, you don't count because your mom, it's your mom's account. So anyway, you don't count, but you can enter via your mom if you want to. I'm sure she'll let you get a rack if you're interested, if you win. What else? I think that's it. I think that if you can be over 18, you're good. Just in case, for any reason, I need to get your address, but I don't think I do. I think that's it. Okay, I've rambled on for an extra 10 minutes about this giveaway. So, random giveaway. I think that's everything now. Thank you again for everybody who's here, who is supporting me. I really appreciate you. And I hope this family just continues growing. I feel like I've got 300 brothers and sisters. It's great. Yeah, okay, that's everything. So I will talk to you guys next week.